All right, Dr. Phil, part two. Um, Initial thoughts was it was definitely an improvement on Dr. Phil part one because we didn't learn much except that there was people called the cornbread Mafia, which was a theme for half of Dr. Phil part two. Um, I'm just going to give you some notes I took. First, let's start with Dawn. I thought there was more things that Dawn actually let out than Candace, because Candace once again didn't say much at all. A lot of it was no, 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 and no. But let's see. Dawn made some reference to somebody had come up to the house, some woman, and she had been sent by some YouTubers. Don't know who that was about. Have no idea. Haven't heard that before. If you've heard about it, do us all a service and let us know. Throw it in the comments. I'd be interested to know who was supposedly tied to that. And Don straight up shot down the cornbread mafia theory. Said he didn't know who they was talking about. Never heard of cornbread mafia. Cornbread who is what Don said. Not an idea. Not a clue as to who that was. Then, I've kind of heard him use this before. He said that, being the big boss he is, he's fired a ton of people. And apparently only meth addicts. He's fired a ton of meth addicts. One of them was the day before Summer's disappearance. I've heard that story before. I'm sure you have too. TBI, check that person out. Not them, Don. The thing with his sisters came up just briefly. I was kind of shocked because Dr. Phil usually digs deeper on things like that. Never really got talked about. It was briefly mentioned. Then Don goes back to, I only hang around the most salt of the earth, best people. Said he just hung out with his co-workers, nobody else, and nobody outside of church. So he can't think of anybody that he knows that could have done such a thing. Because, Don, he's a saint. Doesn't hang out with bad people. What are you, crazy? Let's see. And he said something that troubled me. He said he was glad the boys weren't there. Okay, now, if you think your house is dangerous and something could happen to your sons, I could see you saying, I hate that they're not there, but they're probably safer. But he actually just I'm glad the boys aren't there. I thought that was strange. I'd never be glad my kids were in foster care and away from me, because I think a lot of you probably feel the same. My kids are the safest when they're with this guy. But, Don, his thought process is a lot different than ours, it seems like. Let's see. Said he talked about firing a shot at somebody, trespassing. Talked about all of his stuff getting stolen and things like that, having people coming up to the property. That's kind of new. That wasn't there in the early. I think I may have heard something to that effect, but he made it out like they're just fighting people off left and right. And he said he thought a good chance could be local people, just to follow that up with, could be chance somebody completely different out of left field. So who knows what he meant by that. And he said, that trail, the famous trail he gives the tour of in one video, he said that he was unaware that trail was even there. I don't know. It's right off of the driveway. You'd have to drive by it continuously. I guess he never noticed it. I don't know. Let's go to Candace. Candace, once again, when she was retelling the story, stuck to that 2-minute time frame, that 2-minute window that she was gone from Summer, that Summer came out missing. I don't know why she always goes with that, because that's basically, she would have had to ran to Grandma 30 seconds and ran back to work that out. And I mean, I don't know if she just don't understand or comprehend time as good as the average person, but I don't know why she does that. It really puts her in a hole on timeline when she keeps going along with that. And, Dr. Phil asked, what Summer like to do, and she was like, oh, she loves to be outside. That's in contradiction to the story of when she was outside, she wanted to go in, and that happened to be when she disappeared. I just thought, those two are at odds. And, she said Summer was a daddy's girl. We've heard that from Dawn before. I've never heard Candace actually say it. She said it. And she said there were no acts of violence at their house. We know that ain't true. Don even admitted to that, and Don don't admit to shit. He even admitted to, the little tussle with Grandma. And, like I said in one of my other videos, I've been told by people, he even punched Candace online recently. So, I don't think that holds a whole lot of water. Once again, she stated she has no idea. She was just gone. That's going to be her trademark phrase from now on. Just gone. She ought to trademark that shit. She can make her a lot of money. Had to be a stranger, and the reason she said she got emotional when Cornbread Mafia was mentioned is that it just sounds horrible. I don't think it sounds horrible. It sounds like a joke, Cornbread Mafia. I'm not saying you guys are a joke. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying that they have any links to sex trafficking that I've seen. So I think for their name to keep getting thrown around like that in that, sense is unfair. And I'm not taking up for these guys, but call a spade, you know the deal. When they do that, that could cause problems, because I'm sure the Cornbread Mafia don't need sex trafficking brought to their front steps, because it seems like to me the guys sell some weed, sell some meth, stuff like that. I don't know. Few things from Dr. Phil. He said it was clear to him that neither one of them were involved, but he thought Candace had some kind of knowledge she was holding back. The body language guys, they straight up said they don't think Dawn knows anything. They think Candace, they once again reiterated that Candace seemed to have a reaction to the Cornbread Mafia phrase. And basically, Dr. Phil said that he is pretty confident it is someone they know, someone they've had around, someone like Jose. We all know who Jose is, someone to that effect. There's a chance. I still say both Dawn and Candace have some knowledge. I've never said that I believe they actually perpetrated the thing themselves, but I think they have got to have some knowledge of what happened. Those are my notes. That's the review. Tell me what you think. I want to say something though. Candace seemed extremely meek throughout both episodes. Do you think that was legit? Because I've seen Candace talk a few times and I've never seen her in that shape. That makes me think that was putting on a tad bit extra for the Dr. Phil audience. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you later.